my simple trading strategy part two. Well, not part two, but part three. All right. Now, yeah, this is part three. And the reason why I want to do part three is because I wanted to show you guys more examples. Okay. So you kind of got a gist of how my trading strategy works. And I'm just going to go through multiple setups and show you guys exactly how it works. So first thing first, remember, if you watch part two, I showed you guys exactly what I do on the higher time frames. For example, like the 4 hours. So on the 4 hour chart, what I like to do is, and you can also do this on the 1 hour too as well. I mean, if we, matter of fact, let's go to 1 hour. Okay. So if we want to look at 1 hour, okay, let's look at the 1 hour instead of doing a 4 hour. Let's do it in 1 hour. So first thing first, what I like to do is I like to look at the trend. Okay, if you know the higher time frame trend, like this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, you got to know the higher time frame trend. Once you know the higher time frame trend, then things will get a lot easier. Okay, so if I bring this over here, and let me kind of bring this over a little bit, that way you guys can actually see. So if you know the higher time frame trend, like I said, this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You got to know the higher time frame trend. What I like to do is I like to use the parallel channel on the pullbacks. Okay, so in this case we're going to draw a parallel channel right here. Okay, and remember guys, this is on the 1 hour chart. All right, normally I do this on the 4 hour, but sometimes I can also do this. You can also do this on the 1 hour too as well. So if you draw a parallel channel here, all right, and then on the 1 hour, if you can find a bullish fair value gap in between or at the top or at the bottom, all right, and you wait for that to be broken, then you can most definitely get a higher percentage or win weight when you do this on the higher time frame. So once price breaks, and as you can see again, all right, this is the Asian session. Right here is the London session. I'll go ahead and make that blue. All right, same thing. If I'm doing this on the 1 hour, I'm doing the same thing. Wait for, if I see a sweep and I have a bullish fair value gap in between the parallel channel and price closes above, that's my signal that I should go ahead and get in. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll break it down to the 5 minute chart. Okay. Once we break it to the down to the 5 minute chart, I'm gonna show you guys a different pair as well too. I like to do this stuff on the indices. So once you see that, you can either wait for it to be broken and then come back up and retest and then get in the trade, or you could have got in up here on this bullish fair value gap break right here. So again, we'd wait for the break here. This is all this stuff is based on the parallel channel. These zones are based on the 1 hour chart. I mean, yeah, the 1 hour chart. So you could have caught all that move right there. Okay. But let's go ahead and take a look some setups in the past. Okay, let's go ahead and clear this off our chart. And guys, if you guys are getting some value, let me know in the comment section. But let's go back to the 1 hour. And if you guys want one-on-one training, one-on-one mentorship with me personally, all you got to do is just be a part of my team, and I will literally work with you one-on-one and teach you my full trading strategy. Okay, so let's go back in the past here. Okay, so let's look at this right here. All right, obviously we are, let me see if I can find a better one. So obviously right here we are in a downtrend. Okay, once you figure out the trend, right, what you could do is you can draw a parallel channel right here. Oops. Let me we can draw a parallel channel, line it up there. This is going to be doing, you do this on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. And if you can find a bullish fair value gap, I see one right here, a bullish fair value gap right there, then you can wait for that to be broken. We go down to the 5 minute chart now. Where did we do that? Right here, we break it down to the 5 minute. All right. And again, you see the pattern here, right? If you break it down to the 5 minute and you add this parallel channel, you do this on the higher time frame, it's just added, it's just basically added confluence, basically. So remember, this is the London session right here, right? Over here is the Asian session. And what I like, what do I always say? If the current session sweeps above or below the previous session, that means there's possible a reversal bound to happen. Okay, so that's one indicator that tells me, okay, maybe I should be start looking for sales eventually. And we already have our parallel channel that we did on the 1 hour chart. We already have our bullish fair value gap that we got from the 1 hour chart. Now all we got to do is just wait for that to be broken and then get in the trade. So in this case, we would have got in the trade here. Okay, we would have got in the trade there. We put our stop right above it, and then take the trade. Simple as that, guys. As simple as that. And then how do I determine when to hold the trade? Well, if the price, let me go ahead and get this anchor VWAP. Remember, the last candle that touched the 200 EMA, I think it was over here. We were anchored that VWAP right there on that candle, right? I'm gonna hold the trade as long as price stays below this blue anchor handoff VWAP. I can hold the trade. Okay, so let's clear this off the chart. Let's see if we can do two more. Let me see what time. Okay, we got plenty of time because I want to make this video less than 10 minutes. So let's see. Let's go back to the 1 hour chart here. Let's see if we can find some more setups here. Okay. So we see a downtrend here on the 1 hour. We see a pullback here. If we get our parallel channel here, bring this up here, bring it right there. Guys, I'm showing you guys some powerful stuff. Like, like take it seriously. All right, I might not be your popular influencer or anything like that, but I'm telling you, like, this stuff works. Okay, so we got a parallel channel here. Okay, so now all we got to do is just wait for look for a bullish fair value gap here on the 1 hour. So I think I see a cleaner one would have been right here. Okay, I say bullish fair value gap right there. We'll make it blue. Boom. Now we go to the 5 minute chart and find our setup. Okay, our setup is right here. Okay, so we got our setup here. All right. So now if we want to just, if we just want to like focus, right? Focus on this zone right here that we got on the 1 hour. Remember, this is a 1 hour bullish engulfing. I mean, not a bullish engulfing, but a bullish fair value gap. So if we wanted to, all we got to do is just get in a trade, depending on how you're trading this. I wouldn't get in a trade nowhere over here because this is the Asian session. I don't do this in the Asian session. I like to trade my strategy during the London session or the US session. So basically I would have waited for a price to close over here, but look like you probably would have got stopped out because you're not going to win all the time. So this might, depending on how you're trading this, but what I would have did was I would look for a bullish engulfing, right? In this case, we didn't get a sweep. We got a sweep at the bottom though. We did get a sweep at the bottom over here. So I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. So we did get let me see, say bearish fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap. Yeah, you probably would have lost both because, yeah, this day was just tricky right here. You would have got stopped out. So, but if we were to go back to the 1 hour, that's why sometimes I like to do this on the 1 hour too. That way I can figure out where I want to put my stop. Because in this case, I would have put my stop up here. So I probably would have got in here, right? but put my stop above here, okay? And then, you know, the rest is history. You see that, right? You would have caught that move. So the 1 hour, your stop will be a little bit bigger, but you know, remember we're doing this on the 1 hour. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys one more example. Let me see what time we got. I think we could do one more example here. Okay, we could do one more example here. Okay, let's do one more example. Okay, we're on the 1 hour. Let's get our parallel channel here. Actually, let's do it here because this is like a better one right here. Look like there. Okay. All right, we got a parallel channel, right? Do I see it? Do I see a clear? I don't see a clear. I don't see a clear bullish fair value gap. So we're gonna go ahead and break it down to the 5 minute. See if we can go ahead and find our setup. Okay, I see our setup right here. Again, what I like to see the current session sweep above the previous session. So this is the London session here. This is the Asian session here. Okay. Once I got that, and I see current session sweep above the previous session, I'm going to look for since we didn't see a bullish fair value gap on the 1 hour, then in this case, I'm going to look for a bullish fair value gap on the 5 minute. But look like we don't see a clear. Okay, that's fine. We don't see a clear bullish fair value gap, but this is where I would talk about a breaker block. Okay, so a breaker block, I'll probably get into that in another video. But a breaker block will be right here. The lowest red candle will be here. This is a breaker block. Okay. Once price breaks that breaker block, if we don't see a bullish fair value gap, then the last thing that I would look for is a bearish breaker block. Okay. So once price closes below that breaker block, I'm going to get in the trade. I'm going to put my stop right above the current session high, and I'm going to go ahead and get in the trade. As simple as that. You can catch a move like that. And then if I want to, you know, determine how long I want to hold my trade, I would just do the anchor VWAP on the last candle that touched the 200 EMA, and then that's it. But this one right here, I'm going to end this video. I might do a part 4, but I just want to show you guys some more examples of how my strategy works. It's very, very simple. You can catch some really, really good moves every single day, every single week. And if you guys want to work with me personally, one-on-one, on Zoom, all you got to do is just be a part of my team, and I will teach you my full trading strategy. With that being said, I'm Andre Ketnai here from West Palm Beach, Florida. I will see you guys on the internet. Take care, y'all.